Good morning, friends. Now we are discussing a simple manometers for pressure measurement. So the name itself says simple manometer. They are very simple in construction, having a glass tube, single glass tube, which is open to the atmosphere at one end. The other end it is connected to the point where the pressure is to be measured. So the point where the pressure is to be measured is called as the gauge point. So this pressure measurement will be done by taking the height of the liquid that is raised in the manometer. So the types of simple manometers are piezometer, U-tube manometer, single and inclined column manometers. So here, so PQ is the datum line. So here atmospheric pressure is acting here from the atmosphere. So for that is kept open to the atmosphere. So because of the difference in the pressure in both the columns of the manometer, so there will be rise of the liquid in other column of the manometer. So here the pressure to be measured at this point, let the value of the pressure will be taken as P. So our intention is to find out, so what is the pressure intensity here at the given point. So piezometer, so it is the simplest type of manometer. So it is used to measure the medium pressure range of the liquids. So the disadvantage of piezometer is it cannot be used at the point where the pressure is too much. So it is a simple glass tube open at both the ends. One end is open to the atmosphere, the other end is connected to the container, the pipeline in which we are having the liquid, containing the liquid where pressure is to be measured. The other end is kept open to the atmosphere. So we have the graduated scale here attached to this glass tube. So the pressure of the liquid will be easily measured by the height of the liquid rise in the tube. U-tube manometer. The name itself says that it is bent in the shape of U. So that's why it is called U-tube manometer. The disadvantages of piezometer are overcome by U-tube manometer. So piezometer cannot be used to measure high pressure, which requires the usage of long tubes, which is practically impossible. And the gas pressure cannot be measured by piezometers. So this U-tube manometer is one end open to the atmosphere, is connected to the gauge point where the pressure is to be measured. So gauge pressure. So B is the point where the pressure to be measured. Let the value here be taken as P. So the datum line is A. So let H1 is the height of lighter liquid. So that is lighter liquid taken in this pipe. So the lighter liquid is water. So H1 is the height of this lighter liquid, that is water, above the datum line. So once this manometer having heavier liquid is connected to this pipeline carrying water, because of the pressure difference, so there will be a rise of mercury in the other end of the manometer. So height of heavier liquid above the datum line is H2. So heavier liquid contains, so the heavier liquid present in this manometer is mercury. So S1 is the specific gravity of lighter liquid and ρ1 is the density of lighter liquid. S2 is specific gravity of heavier liquid and ρ2 is the density of heavier liquid. So the pressure above the horizontal datum line in the left column and the pressure in the right column of the U-tube manometer should be considered as same for equilibrium state. So pressure, let's see what will be the pressure above datum line AA in the left column. So pressure intensity by Pascal's law, we say that wherever the pressure is measured, right, at any point in the static fluid, so it is same. So pressure at point B is taken as P. So that's why it is taken as P here. And as we go downwards, the intensity of pressure will be increasing. So because of this water column in the left limb taken the hydrostatic law, so the pressure intensity of this liquid, so on the datum line, so that is rho 1 G H1. So the total pressure on the left side of the manometer, so that is the pressure intensity whether you take at point B here or whether you take the pressure at this point, so it is P plus due to the pressure intensity due to this water column, so that is rho 1 G H1. So total pressure is now P plus rho 1 G H1. Now pressure above datum line AA in the column. So I have only pressure due to this mercury column. So it is rho 2 G H2. So taking hydrostatic law. Now equating the two pressures, P plus rho 1 G H1 is equal to rho 2 G H2. So P now will be measured as rho 2 G H2 minus rho 1 G H1. So this is the case of gauge pressure. When you take the vacuum pressure, so there will be no liquid rise in this right hand side column. So I have pressure due to this water column as well as this mercury column only in the left hand. So there will be no mercury level rise above the datum line. So because vacuum pressure is less than the atmospheric pressure, so there is no liquid rise in the right limb. So now considering the vacuum pressure, so pressure above datum line in the left column. So we have, so pressure intensity at B is considered as P. So pressure intensity at this point is P. Then pressure due to water column of height H1. So that is rho 1 G H1. Then pressure due to this mercury column. So that is rho 2 G H2. So in the left limb, I have the pressure, total pressure of P plus rho 1 G H1 plus rho 2 G H2. And there is no pressure above the datum line in the right column. So that is 0. So taking the two pressures equal, so I have pressure P is equal to minus of rho 2 G H2 minus rho 1 G H1. Thank you.